this is Stephanie, head photographer of Reese Studios in Washington, D.C. Today we're going to talk about backlighting techniques in a photography studio. Now, creating backlight images or backlit images can be one of the more intimidating techniques to use and understand. Done incorrectly, they can come out underexposed or hazy or overexposed. Backlight is probably the least understood component of lighting. And it really does take time and skill to really master this technique. The purpose of backlight is to highlight your subject, and it creates a three-dimensional, more compelling look to a photograph. In order to create backlight, you want to create a narrow beam onto the back of your subject. How you do that is by setting your light behind your subject at an angle out of your frame. If you are using a larger light source, make sure that you have something to control the spill on the back of your subject, because you don't want it to look like they're just on a bright backdrop. You basically want to outline them in a soft hue or light. If you use a large light, it will create spill onto the sides of your subject, and instead of creating nice, dramatic, subtle light, you'll actually have a big light source. So you want to avoid doing that at all costs. Now, as mentioned, if you're using a large light source, make sure that you have something to control the spill, such as a snoot or a flag. This way you can direct the light onto the back of your subject. Now, if too much light does enter your lens during the photography session, it can cause your detail of your subject to become less noticeable or less defined. So you really want to avoid that at all costs, and the best way to do that is by setting your aperture to a higher value, the highest it can go, as a matter of fact. Backlighting is most often used for nature and landscape shots, although you are seeing it more and more in portraits. People are using it for creating drama in their images, and of course making an image seem more interesting. So again, if you're trying to backlight your subject, one light is all you need to really define your subject. Again, this is Stephanie, head photographer of Reese Studios in Washington, D.C., and we just talked about backlighting techniques used in a photography studio.